Fight fans, welcome. Discipline, toughness, determination. The few traits you'll need to survive in one of the harshest environments in the world, Dagestan.
You know how good they were as wrestlers. What's going to happen when these guys come into fighting?
A nation that has taken the world by storm. How does a country of just 3 million become world leaders in MMA? Brace yourselves for the heart-pounding tale following the warriors of Dagestan. Without a doubt, the most decorated and celebrated product of Dagestan is Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. Undefeated in 29 bouts, Khabib was known for his constant pressure and dominant grappling. He retired as the UFC lightweight champion after defending his belt 3 times with all finishes. The Eagle's legacy extends beyond his record, as he exemplified discipline, humility, and respect. Nurmagomedov was born in the village of Sildi. With a population of 208 people, it's situated in the North Caucasus mountain range and is notorious for a history of hardship. The treacherous landscape makes for an isolated place, characterized best by cold weather, little food, and conflict. Considered by many the best lightweight of all time, Khabib began his training aged just 8 years old under the tutelage of his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, where he founded Eagles MMA.
I tell people, I'm like, if you never train with the guys from Dagestan, from somebody on their team, you don't know what it feels like. It's not regular jiu-jitsu. Like, it's like quicksand where...
Abdulmanap, a master in freestyle wrestling himself, would prove to be the catalyst to launch the careers of many fighters.
They grow up around fighting in all forms. Yep. They're also, their technique is exceptionally good because they grow up in it. They grow up, they don't understand anything else.
None would prove more formidable, however, than his son Khabib. What makes the Dagestani such a force to be reckoned with? Is it their relentless pressure, forcing opponents into exhaustion with an onslaught of takedowns? This impressive cardiovascular ability is something Khabib shares with many of his countrymen. Athletes from wealthier nations will sleep in hyperbaric chambers or train briefly at altitude to increase cardiovascular endurance. Examples include Yair Rodriguez, spotted training at a high altitude at an Aztec temple. Through the annals of time, Nurmagomedov's ancestors had to be expert fighters in order to protect their families and livestock from external threat. Khabib continues this tradition of fighting proficiency today. Skills that were once used for protection and survival, now utilized for wrestling and sambo. While Russia has long been revered for its wrestling program, Dagestan stands as a testament to its own exceptionalism. At the 2017 Russian National Championships, over half of the finalists hailed from Dagestan. And in the Rio Olympics of 2016, Dagestani wrestlers seized 5 out of 18 medals. Wrestling serves as a lifeline for those yearning for escape in Dagestan, fueling a relentless pursuit of excellence. This reputation has made Dagestani wrestlers coveted mercenaries, representing countries like Azerbaijan, Poland, and Bahrain. The Eagle's strongest weapon, however, was his mentality. With most of the population in poverty, Dagestan is not a place you will find expensive training complexes and fitness spas. These are replaced with vigorous hill sprints, carrying boulders and fighting one another on a daily basis. This primitive and unforgiving training methodology breeds a formidable fighter, relentless in the face of adversity.
And I think it's that hard training. Those guys like Khabib would maintain that pressure throughout the entire fight and break guys down. Their ability to fatigue guys to a breaking point, I think is something they do best.
Training in the Caucasus Mountains is not the extravagant fight camp one might expect from a world champion like Islam Makhachev, something the Nelk boys found out the hard way.
Gassed. Regretting those Russian beers, man.
Come out, come out.
An iron will and a dedication to his faith meant Khabib was never drawn into indulging in the superstar athlete lifestyle.
How strict the faith is over there, right? And they tie in everything they do to their faith. It's sort of like how Ali was, like, I'm not gonna lose because of Allah and things like that.
In the infancy of MMA, the debate for the greatest of all time will forever rage on. Fighters come and go, but for a shining moment, the eagle soared above them all, leaving an indelible mark. Today, the ascent of Dagestani fighters continues, with rising stars like Islam Makhachev, Umar Nurmagomedov, Magomed Ankalaev, and even new rising prospect, Sharaputdin Magomedov, blazing their paths to glory, hoping to reach the same height as the eagle himself. In Dagestan, the phrase "born to fight" takes on a whole new meaning. It is a world where fighting chooses you, where physical prowess determines your social standing, and the very mountains and hills upon which you live under forges you into a weapon. Whilst many countries utilize progressive training methods, with an emphasis on scientific theories and high-end equipment, Dagestan thrives on determination and will. The Dagestani takeover of the UFC becomes more apparent by the day, leaving us all to ponder who will be the next champion making their way down from the land to the mountains.